Oh, Jenny, you're welcome. Jenny's dad, please, you can sit down there. Jenny, oh, Jenny, sit there. Okay, thank you very much because we are talking about you. Jenny's mom, please, you're welcome. Can you please find a seat there? Yes, we want to talk about Jenny. And everybody, please, we just want to talk about Jenny today. And don't be surprised to see Jenny. I know you are not seeing Jenny, but just imagine Jenny in your mind because Jenny is a teenager. And today we want to talk about teenagers. Uh, you know, teenagers are so wonderful. And of course, let me remind us that teenagers are children between the age 13 to 19 years. When you hear 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, so they are teens. No, I mean, they are teenagers. So we want to talk about them. We want to find out why our Jenny has been behaving the way she has been behaving recently. And the mom has not been understanding why she's doing like that. What the father does not understand, mom has been reporting Jenny to dad several times. And even daddy is tired. And daddy is just like, what is happening to Jenny? So we want to understand who Jenny is because when we have an understanding of what is happening to a teenager, that is when we'll be able to provide solutions to some of their needs and meet their needs essentially. So I want us to look at teenagers in a way. And the way I want us to look at teenagers is uh, everything happening in the life of a teenager revolves around a particular thing. And that's one thing we call a transitory phase. There's a transition, and that phase is what we call adolescence, essentially. I mean, every behavior that a teenager brings up, revolves around what we call the adolescence. And usually, I want to use an analogy to explain this transitory phase, this adolescence, and in the life of a teenager. And what I use to explain this most of the time is if you, as an individual, you have a house, you are living in the house, and that particular house, you want to refurbish it, you want to renovate it, you want to redecorate it. And while you are doing that, you are still living in the house. I'm very sure you understand with me that it's not easy to live in a house and you want to renovate it and you are still living in that house. A lot of things will be happening at the same time that will cause a lot of confusion, especially if you have some people, some workers, the way they work, they tell you they are coming today, they are not coming, they will come tomorrow, they get disappointments here and there. But when you are renovating your house, you want to agree with me, there are a lot of things happening at the same time. Probably you want to change the water system of that house. You want to change the water system. Uh, Probably you didn't have a boiler before. You had a boiler, you want to change it, and you want hot water to be coming from this place or cold water from this place. Or at the same time, bringing hot and cold at different times. So you want to change that. And still on the renovation, you might want to talk about maybe the fact that you want to change the wiring system of the house, change one switch to another place, this one to another place, and then where you used to put on the TV, probably you want to change it to where you put on the fridge. And anybody, maybe even you, because you were used to that kind of uh, going to a place and putting on the TV. Next time you still go there thinking that you want to put on the TV, not forgetting that you have put the switch to the fridge there. So a lot of things is happening at the same time that you are trying to do when you are refurbishing your house, even while you are still living in it. Number three thing is you might want to change your rooms. Maybe where your sitting room, where you put it before, you want to convert it to maybe a reception somehow, or you want to change daddy's room or parents' room to where the children's room are. So if you are refurbishing your house, you are still staying inside it, a whole lot of confusion. That is what is happening in the body of teenagers because a whole lot of changes are happening at the same time at that transitory phase. So I want to talk about three changes that are happening in the bodies of these teenagers. I want to make it short so that you understand why they are behaving the way they are behaving and know how to deal with them. Number one change that happened that is happening at that point is number one is hormonal changes, hormonal shift. And I want to compare that to the water system I talk about. Hormones being released now. They were not there before, or they were there before. They were in smaller quantity, but now they have increased in quantity. So maybe we can liken that to a water system. Maybe you didn't have a boiler before. Suddenly you install a boiler. It can bring hot water. It can bring cold water. I mean, so that's part of the changes that are happening. Number two change that is happening in their body is what we call neurological development. Neurons, firing. I mean, it's serious firing in their neurological system. And I can liken that to what I call the electricals of the house. I mean, you change the electricals of the house. What I was talking about the other time, that you put the switch, maybe we had the switch for the fridges, and you now change it to the TV. So when you put on the thing, you're expecting the fridge to come on. Meanwhile, it's the TV that is coming on. So you need to get used to that. So in the body of a teenager, there is what we call the neurological development. I mean, happening at that time, that transitive phase. And number three thing that is happening around them is what we call social changes. Social changes is, I mean, around them is happening, and they're trying to understand, I mean, a lot of things around them, and there are changes happening around them, you know. And I would liken that talking about refurbishing to maybe where you want to change one room, you change the sitting room to where the reception, you change the parents' room to where the children's room, and so someone can wake up in the morning and you thought the bathroom was still somewhere, and then only to discover that you have changed the kitchen to that place. And you are confused somehow. So teenagers are trying to understand these new changes and they are trying to respond to them. And that's why some of their behaviors can be quite strange at times, that you find it difficult to understand. So these are the three changes that are happening at this transitive phase, what we can call adolescent. So we need to understand this, and we need to understand that at this point in time, they are dealing with a whole lot of issues in their body. They are dealing with a whole lot, and of course, parents also will have to be a part of that, because when you see the behaviors coming up, you might not understand them. So this is an analogy of what is happening in the body of a teenager. And the next video we'll talk about the first one, which is hormonal shift. Please, you wouldn't want to miss that. Please kindly follow this page, like, share. This it is going to help a lot of us, because we need to engage in these discussions to make sure that we have better individuals, that will make us better families, and then better families make up a better society. This is still Family Clinic. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.